Yo, everybody out there in TV land, what is happening? What is happening? Boy, oh boy. Let's see. The right banner going for this. Where's the buttons? The buttons. Hold on. I'm gonna drop this there in the chat. Find my cell phone, telephone. All sorts of inside out today. All sorts of inside out. Come on, phone. Do it. I know you're cheap. Man. Ah, ah, okay, I'm getting that message. Okay, let's go ahead and say hello to the chat. Holy moly, man. What a crazy start for today. Hey, Haldier, what is up? Rex, Devil Flyer, Momentum. How's it going, dude? Bone, thank you for dropping by. That's right. And yes. Bow down before the power of Santa. Yeah, Overlord says. Of course, Haldir dropping boom, all damn sexy links. And of course, across X, Twitch, and YouTube. Feel free to jump on in the cockpit. Come on by. Show me what you got. Let's see here. Things. That's the wrong one. There we go. So this is for sale, folks. This is for sale. If anybody is interested in purchasing, do share. I do offer sales commissions. If you get me a sale, I offer a 10% sales. So just keep in mind. I don't know how much I'm selling this one for. Taking offers. You have me at the disadvantage as I have a need for bills, or if you just want to drop a tip in the tip jar. PayPal link is down below, and that would help me keep this up and running. Our HVAC unit went out, so all the money really went into cheaper to buy a couple of window units than it was to replace the blower motor in our HVAC unit. Absolutely. Things made in China. Let's see, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? I was looking for this right here. And of course, I have these 5 wonderful little sketch cards that I did on the studio with the Dawn Nexus last week. And hit me up. 10 bucks US domestic, shipping included for one. I'll do 3 for 25, and I'll give you the whole set for 40. No. Yes. No. What was it? Yes, that was it. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, 3 for time, whole set, 5 sketch cards for 40 bucks. Slap that in between some cardboard, get nice and protected, throw it into an envelope, get that out to you before the end of the week. Schedule's kind of busy. I gotta go talk to our groundskeeper for a house today. I know it sounds fancy. Really, he's the guy who just keeps the lawn mowed and does the weeding and helps me out with some of the stuff that I got to get done and whatnot. Let me see. Yo, some old metalhead. Yo, dude, have not seen you in a dog's age, my friend. Holy moly. I highlight that. Look at that, dude. You, Jonas, great to see you. Ooh, Metalhead, man. That is good to see you, dude. Real. Let's see here. It says, got my window AC unit going yesterday. Got it here. Got it. Celsius. Yo, what up, my ninjas? My ninja. What's up, Frederick Dumont? Good to see you. Good to see you. You know, I heard a funny joke the other day on this was on um, gosh, the TV show, the animated TV show, Forget About It, about the mafioso family that's in witness protection in Canada and Saskatchewan, and they're like, it's 10 degrees outside, and one of them goes, "What is that in America?" And the other one goes, "Depends on the exchange rate." Yeah, man. No, it's great to see you. Great to see you. Link is in the description if anybody wants to jump into the cockpit and have a little bit of fun, have a little bit of mirth. Um, yeah, that reminds me. I'm not going to go digging for it. Too tight of a schedule. I've got some stuff ahead of awesomeness. So, yeah, I got a base form here, and I started whipping up this gear. Let's zoom in so you guys can see what's going on here. High resolution. So, just had to kind of whip up some gear and whatnot. So I knew what I was dealing with. Of course, I'm going to throw a camo pattern over that. But the reason why I did not put the camo pattern in on the reference art is because it'll ever be shifting. Right. So in darker situations, it will be darker, lighter situations, it's an adaptive camo system. And kind of took inspiration from both modern and World War II combat pants, combat uniform pants, as far as the pouches go. Of course, the buttons are cool, but buttons are on the inside of the flap, so this to prevent the buttons from getting caught and broken off, and thus making your pocket semi-useless. Um, got some load-bearing equipment, a little bit of a redesign on some of that, redesign on armor vest. What I did draw attachable neck collar. Got the redesign for the scalpel series thing. I'm going to continue to refine this one a little bit, but I've got more pending stuff going on. I got to finish up this stuff for Rex. Slice and dice. I got to slice and dice this picture and talk to my printer. That's when I'll be able to get out and ship anything. I'm also open. I'm open for small commissions, right? So, um, physical artwork takes about twice as long as it does to do digital. Um, just turnaround times and stuff like that. Right now, physical artwork is kind of. I got to keep it small. My art supplies dying. They just sat for nearly a year. Uh, they've sat for nearly a year. Uh, they don't store well, apparently. But yeah, so I'm gonna make tons of notes. Of course, people probably saw the. Oh, I guess I closed out that picture. I did. I did. That had all the notes on it and stuff like that. The one that I posted over on X. Yeah, I'll be getting back to um what is that place, man? I got the fog today. Be getting back to Instagram. Yeah, see. I'll be getting back to that next week. Start posting there. Really just as much as I really want to jump into production work, fish. Still got to cut bait. Next, I've got to piece all this stuff together, put it all into pouches, arrange it on the gear appropriately, and whatnot. So that's kind of what I'm going to do of today. And I told you to put stuff in the background, so that going on. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Nope, nothing. Interesting. Good. Where is my kaboom? We're supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom. Okay, there it is. We're just down really low. Let's go with that one. Go with that one. Gotta get the Lady Serpent stuff formatted and put in here. That's more of your background, music, OST. I gotta trim the stash, man. Saving too much flavor, which is disgusting. Because then, after the show, scrub my face. I gotta brush my beard, too, man. I'm a mess. What's up, Frederick Emont? How you doing, man? Hey.
Tank, I'm doing well. How you doing?
I like that. Heck yeah, dude. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. There's no audio.
There's no audio?
Oh, okay. You're just really quiet.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Oh, things turned way down.
Oh, well, let me turn it up again. I keep adjusting for different streams, and it seems that it changes from time to time. How's this?
Much better, much better.
Okay, let's keep it at that.
Yeah, there you go. I love that. I love the beard grasping his staff as well.
Thanks. You got the beard.
I love the energy of that picture, man. Composition's tight, too.
Thank you.
That's cool. What is that for?
So I was kind of inspired by the X account going by the name of Warlock Magazine. It's kind of a take on the old Wizard magazine, right?
Dude, I've been enjoying that one, man.
So I just kind of brought me right back to when I was a kid and just reading Wizard and how much I loved it and stuff. And there's an interview in it today with Dillard Draws, who's talk of the town this month because he's got like 2 campaigns out.
Mm-hmm.
And it just inspired me to do, and I wanted to get away from the comic for a little bit and the commissions, and so I just drew this for fun. You gotta have one drawing for fun once in a while, or else you're just working all the time,
Yeah. No, that's one of the reasons why I like Hump Day over Glitches. That's my time. I get to draw whatever I want to draw.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he does that one. I believe that's at 9 p.m. Well, I think that's at 10 p.m. Eastern, which would make that, oh, Lord, at 10 p.m. Eastern, which would be 2 o'clock in the morning.
Hold on, I got a cat meowing in the background, and he's not going to stop until I go attend him. I'll be back just in a second.
Okay, yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, small commissions, like, let's see here. Got a bunch of these little sketch cards. And I'm willing to draw whatever you want on it for whatever anybody wants on it. $30. People know that I can get a little carried away on putting detail in this because I do have a look. And different styles available, stuff like that. And I also have 9x12. But I don't feel like I have enough ink to do an 11x17. I'm not doing cash in advance or anything like that. That just that one that was a trap. So, and if I don't get paid, then I just plaster it all over the net. This person doesn't pay. Problem solved. And I've only wasted a little bit of my time. You know, all this gear, but I did this to keep track of things as the writer, right? So that way, as I go through the story and as I'm laying out the pages and stuff, as gear becomes more scarce, I'll be keeping my own little notepad. And that way, if I write myself into a corner, that's fine. Zero's a clever girl. And whatnot. That's why the quote from The Art of War today that I picked.
Ooh, I love that book.
Yes, and this is chapter 2, verse 9. So that chapter 2 is preaching. Verse 9 is bring war material with you from home, but forage on the enemy. Thus the army will have food enough to eat. Right. And you know, all depends on what you count as food.
all resources basically that your army's going to need, right? Like fuel, ammunition, in modern day, right?
And weapons, whatever you need, man. I remember when I was in Iraq, we would use confiscated weapons that we captured from the enemy,
yep,
and ammunition that we captured. Go through the arms room, be thoroughly inspected, and then we would use that sometimes as opposed to our own gear just to save on our own resources. And we never ran out of ammo. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Now were we supposed to do that? No. Technically that was off policy. So it never happened.
Oldest trick in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's an old book, The Art of War. Like, I think it's older than the Bible. It's like off old Chinese manuscripts.
Yeah, it dates back to, I want to say, the 250s BC, something like that.
Yeah,
and it was groundbreaking. It was groundbreaking. It's funny. It absolutely changed the games. Here we go. There, I got my reference stuff up. That. Yeah, I start with I did this blue line base. Of course, she has no ass. That's okay.
I gotta get me one of those red pencils. That looks pretty cool.
I love using colored pencils for production art, especially if it's going to be scanned. Especially with ever since scanning and computer assisted process came about, and I first started getting into that. And gosh, the way back in the day, like 91 or something. Well, back when Corel was the editor to Photoshop. So here I'm going to go ahead and start with body armor. I'm just going to go ahead, boot layer. call this one all geared up.
Is there a special name for that red type of pencil? Because you got the non-photo blue. Is there like a term for the red one?
No, you know what? I don't know. I think it's actually an actual like red pencil. I think it actually uses like not vermilion or crimson. I think it actually uses red.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's real easy to remove digitally. And that's because, what do you call it? When you scan in like graphite pencil, it has a little bit of blue in it. Like your computer reads the blue in it. So graphite is not purely a neutral gray. It is technically a cold gray. Graphite gray is albeit oh so slightly, but it can screw with and plus, you know, the blue blends in. It's a darker color. It's got lower values. Take a red that looks the same brightness as a blue, but then you go throw them on a grayscale, and all of a sudden that blue is so much darker than the red.
Yeah.
Right, values wise. So and plus it really stands out. Now the reason why they use non-photo blue is because it wouldn't show up on photocopiers.
Yep, exactly.
That's why it's non-photo blue. All geared. Always label for there's. I gotta finish the Apex Predator logo. I came up with, because the Scalpel Zero story is quite an extensive, right?
So what is Apex Predator? Is it a
this is the story of Scalpel Zero, prototype cyber droid that really comes to discover just how messed up the world really is and how messed up her origins. And I don't want to reveal too much. I don't want to reveal too much yet. There is a major reveal that changes the entire paradigm. Her entire universe is changed at the end of Apex Predator, which is the first chapter in the story. It took a lot of years of development to kind of break down the story into chapters that would be very enjoyable read in order or in any order, but at the same time, all of these chapters had to be able to stand on their own, right? Like you know, everybody's issues, their first issue. So if they pick up issue 3, or in this case, say they pick up chapter number 2, which is Apex Marshall, they don't have to have read Apex Predator to enjoy Apex Marshall and be caught up on the reality of the world, right? But it's totally worth it. Go back and read it to see how it happened. And because I am hiding details all throughout the story. There's hidden details. As a writer, I'm lying to the audience constantly. I am misleading, misdirecting. I'm giving the audience easy answers. The answer is not easy.
Dude, I was able to do that in a scene. I purposefully inserted a character. She's there to photograph the scene, right, during a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted her to be there, but not noticeable. And it worked. When I was asking people who read the PDF, do you remember this girl at the scene? They're like, no, there's none of that. And then they look at the page and like, oh, I totally missed that. And I was like, okay, this is good because she's coming into the second issue, right? She's going to be featured. And you're going to have to go back to the first and go, oh, she was indeed there documenting the thing. I just totally missed it. It's one of those hidden details.
You got some static coming in on your line, my friend.
Makes it readable, you know?
Mm-hmm. You got some static coming in on your line. Sounds like a wire connection.
and it gets the readers interested as well, because when you got tiny little details like that are hidden, like Easter eggs, then the reader gets much more interested, starts looking for more, pays attention to the details, and is much more invested in the story as well.
Nice. Nice. I like that. See, let me go check in on the chat. I don't want to ignore them. Yes, some metalhead says, awesome.
Are you muted, Tank?
Got a bunch of static coming in on your line, buddy.
Maybe
Frederick?
the reader stepped away.
Yeah, you're sounding really staticky. Can you hear me? Right, hold on.
Oh, I don't modify Firefox here. It's still streaming. Oh, I got. Hold on.
Sorry, Dadland decided it was going to poke its head in real quick.
I'll be right back.
And grab her adorable little boots. Oh my god, I love it when they're so small. I saw my youngest daughter, she's going to be 8 this month, and I saw her boots sitting next to my wife's boots. And I was like, they're so tiny! And it dawned on me, you know, not like it's studying that. This is child number 6. They don't stay that tiny for long. No. Pick them up. Oh, nope, that's not the one I want. I want free transfer. Them a little bit. Bring them up. Stop. Just a little bit. Push them. Push them under armor. Deselect. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to deselect. Oh, it's Casey Kasem telling you, everybody out there in radio, be good to each other. This story, he wants to refer to Casey Kasem. I'm not good at doing Casey Kasem. Sniff, sniff. Oh, wrong layer. That's what she said. Okay. And that pencil. Oh, we got a boop. Oh, there you go. Welcome back. Hello.
I'm not getting any sound.
Uh-oh. I can hear you. It's a bigger hammer. I'm going to take this opportunity to plug the sponsors of the Digital Bullpen. These are the people that make it possible. Well, mostly possible. Not awesome, that awesome yet. So we got Neon Revenant coming out from Rock Hard Comics. Crowdfunding. Stay tuned for that awesomeness. Got World War Hell and 21 Demons coming out from Omniverse Incursion later this year. Dude, 2 great comics. World War Hell will also be coming out as a tabletop strategy game, but that one's taking a little bit of work. You know, because there's a game book to design. There's the models are being made. Test prints are being done. So that way we can bring you a product that is on par with something far too much.
I cannot hear you, though, but I am hearing the background music, strangely enough.
Weird. And anybody, can you hear me in the audience? Can the audience hear me?
So I'm having so many technical issues, I don't know if it's on my end or not, but I'm hearing the background music to the stream, so if I hear that, but not your mic, it may be on your end. Maybe the chat can clue us in here. I've had so many issues with StreamYards past month or so.
Yo, Katie. Hey, you guys hear me?
So hopefully,
Let me double check my audio.
oh, he can hear both of us, but I can't hear you. That is the strangest thing.
That is the
And
weirdest
yet
thing.
I could hear the background music. That's so strange. Okay, I'll try to hop in and out and see if that does something.
Oh, I can hear both of you. How much for the sketch cards? Well, I mean, if you want like an original sketch card, 30 bucks. But if you want the Nexus sketch cards, I'm doing one for. Oh, boop.
Okay, I
All
can
right.
hear you now. I can hear both.
Ah, good.
So
Gosh, I
strange.
gotta go. I put it up on an X post, you know, and I just gotta go find that post. Unfortunately, I don't think I highlighted it. Do, 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 do. Scroll through, sharing Dillard stuff. Yeah, $15 for one, 3 for 30, all 5 for 40 bucks. That's and right here, my sale right now is get your own custom sketch card for $20. So I overquoted. These are 3x5-inch, 80-pound acid free. I only work in archival quality materials, which reminds me, I have to go get those archival quality Sharpies. I have to get another box of those. They are not cheap.
Which one are you talking about? I got the Faber-Castell like pit black marker. I think I got it right here.
Oh, those are good too. The archival quality ones.
They're super expensive, but I wanted to try it at least.
They are really, really good.
It's a good
look
black.
at that! Look at that tip. Is that stiff? Is that stiff
No,
felt or is that brushed?
it's kind of felt. It's not like it's not like a Tombow precise, but it's kind of like in between that and the Sharpie. So it'll give you some good, nice blacks. Because the Sharpie stuff, even if it scans well like a black, it tends to like turn blue and disappear with time.
Yeah, that's why I like the archival quality Sharpies.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped using the regular Sharpie markers. Yeah, they turn blue or brown over time, depending on how old the Sharpie is. Yeah. So yeah, that's how much it is. 15 for the Nexus cards. It's 50 for one, 3 for 30, all 5 for 40, and you can get your own custom sketch card for 20 bucks, and that's U.S. domestic, shipping included. If you want a trading card done, that is I can do one digitally for I gotta think of how long it takes. So yeah, I could do that for 40 bucks. I'm gonna regret that quote.
Yeah, that's a
but
good price, man.
If you, I'm up against the wall. I gotta pay for my X. I gotta pay for two, and I've got to get some pens. So I'm willing to be I'm willing to put on the red dress. I stole it from Sugar Chris.
Yeah, you gotta dance, baby, dance.
I'm gonna dance and do some really quick turnaround type of stuff. Trading cards for like campaigns and stuff like that. Yeah, I would do until just for today. Just for today, just for this one broadcast. Offer expires at midnight on the East Coast. So I would say, yeah, I would do a digital for 40 and a physical for 80. And that would be on a 5x8. I've got some 110 pound. I've got some 110-pound sketch. I've got some 90-pound single ply Bristol as well sitting around here. Good quality stuff though. I guess heavy. Like I like the sketch. You know, it comes out a little textured. It's not great for like production art. It's great for like a piece of artwork. The Bristol is great for production artwork because it's got a wonderful texture. It's non-vellum Bristol, single ply. I accidentally ordered it. It came on recommendation from another artist, and I was like, "This is not as robust as what I'm used to." You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not
But
like
hey.
a Bristol expert yet. Like I've got two kinds. I've got the Strathmore. What's this one?
Yeah, Strathmore's good, man.
The smooth
100
100-pound 300 series. That's kind of my main
Dude,
one.
that is good stuff, right there. Standard.
Yeah. I've got another batch that like fell on special, and I tend to try to. At this one here, this is 500 series. It's a little textured. Vellum, that's what you call it, I think.
Yeah,
So,
the 500 series, that's the
yeah.
premium stuff right there.
Yeah, so it went on sale and it was cheaper than the normal stuff. So I bought 3. Yeah. It's like always on my Amazon wish list, and I keep an eye on when things go on sale. And I saw that and I was like, oh, I'm grabbing that right now.
Oh, dude, no, for real. That's the good stuff right there. That's my preferred stuff to work with. But usually it's like,
yeah, I've been doing my commissions on those. Yeah, I think I'm
because
going to do
normally.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because normally, like when I'm factoring costs and stuff like that, like I'm old school. I grew up doing labor, tile, cabinetry, bathroom, kitchen refinishing, construction.
Sure.
And so with that, it's real easy to calculate a job. That's artisanal work. All of that.
Yeah.
All of that's artisanal. So it's real easy to calculate a job on that. You just go 10 times materials. Right? And boom, there's your labor. Right? Labor is already factored into that. And I always got that stuff. I always got paid. I never got paid by the hour. I got paid by the job. And I giggled like a schoolgirl all the way to the bank. Because I would work something like, and this was back in the 1990s, but I would work, like, say I worked like a job took like a full week. That's a pretty heavy duty job. Say it took like a full labor, which means that the total job time took about probably 2 weeks, because you've got curing and setting times for losing your mortars and stuff. It's all got to set properly. Otherwise, it's terrible. But yeah, I would work like 40 hours, and then I'd make like $2-3 grand, and that was was great. But unfortunately, I am no longer physically. It's unfortunate too, because it's good money. Granted, to even get started doing that's a few $1,000s, and that stuff ain't cheap. Alright, so, and looking at my gears, it does kind of poke out. No, okay. There's our belt line. Could good. Okay, grab this stuff. But I forgot. God, she's wearing the same shitty boots. She always wears, and they are shitty boots.
Shitty
Just
boots?
really durable.
Oh yeah.
they're just really durable, but they're absolutely terrible boots.
They're not a design choice. It's all practicality.
Yeah, it's they're well, they failed to go to market, even though she's one of the principles of the storyline is that she's a field prototype. That field tests field prototypes. And pardon me. And so and so, you know, she really liked them, and they managed to do well in the she is a U.S. Marshal. She's not the first artificial construct, whatever you want to call it, to be law enforcement. Actually, I have that written down somewhere. The name of it. It's a parody of RoboCop. But yeah, that one. But she is a bonded U.S. Marshal. And Marshal's office deals mostly with like prisoner transports and law enforcement. They do a lot of stuff, but in this world, they are basically corporate security, federal corporate security. They work a lot with the Treasury Department, of course, and enforcing laws, regulations, etc. And so, ooh, the alien from Thrashers, you know? Yeah, oh, dude, yes. I would love to do that. That alien was cool, man. Thrashers was a great book. No, now you're forcing my hand. Now you forced my hand. I now have to go. I'm gonna make. Okay, good. You're already good. Because now I'm gonna go. No, that's not the one. Where did I put? In there. There. Yeah. Okay. No, it's. Man, it's. I'm gonna go back. We are jumping into the time machine right now. Okay, it is scanning my hard drive. We're looking for it because I was showing this off not too long ago. Is an example of a movie poster cover for comics, because like on EBS's new campaign, right? The Dark Harvest campaign.
Yeah.
He's got 3 different types of covers, and I was the only one to notice it, right? As far as I've seen, I was the only one to notice it. That he had a classic comic book cover, a pinup featuring the protagonist, and a movie poster.
Oh,
those 3 different covers that he's running, those are the archetypes of covers that he has for it. And I was like, that's actually a good lesson. I mean, even though he doesn't do the whole teaching videos anymore, I mean, he should be uploading those.
I mean, you can learn by just watching him as well, because he's a master of marketing his own work, and he's such an example, man, for online marketing and just doing your own business in comics.
Yeah, no, I found this while I was looking. 6 years. That's real. I found this. My daughter did this when she was 13 years old. This is Derp Fire. Hail Raven. Hashtag Orange Lady Bad. This actually made its way around the internet as a meme for a while.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, well, and she's finally like getting over her rebellious phase, right? And so she's decided she's going to become a tattoo. Like, good. Tattoo artist. But I always tell my kids, I'm like, look, pursue your passion, but pursue a job that will always be in demand, right? Pursue a something, and people will always want tattoos. People always want tattoos, and the harder times get, the more they want tattoos.
Yeah, that's strange.
Right? So I'm like, that's good money. So here we go. I did this. Gosh, yeah,
Ooh.
now 6 years ago. This was the cover for Thrashers, and this is the colored version. I can't find the black and white, but yeah, no, I did this one analog. So this is all the you can see I drew over the size. It had bleed, right? But
I like the ominous silhouette with green eyes.
right, and it's a bunch of young folk versus an alien that crash lands, and it's mayhem and chaos, and it's absolutely fantastic. It, it's it's basically like if the Breakfast Club had to thwart an alien invasion,
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
and it was a fun story, like genuinely fun. Let's see here. Let's see. Cut this out. Let's see. Um,
Was it something you wrote, or were you drawing?
no, this is that guy, the metalhead guy out there in the audience. He was the creator writer of this, and I hired him to cover.
Nice.
Go ahead, copy this. I'm going to paste it as new. Yep, there we go. Boom. So this would be it, all nice and trimmed out. Of course, I'm just being loosey goosey with it. And dude, it was fun. It was fun. And you know, we like fun. We like fun.
Covers are the best, man. It's such an honor to be doing a piece of art that's going to be on, the front page of the book, the cover.
Dude, it really is. I love doing covers. Like recently, I did this one for Cobalt, which is one of those books that has caught my eye for a while, and I never got a chance to get into getting a copy. I get nice and all caught up on this one. Really awesome, but let me load it because when I'm working digitally, I'm working at 600 DPI. So because I just turned the anti-aliasing off, so that way I know exactly what I'm dealing with, and I don't get thrown off by aliasing. It's like, okay, no, I know that one pixel is going to convert to a spot that will clearly accept it. But yeah, I did this one for Cobalt.
When you do your colors, do you do them in 600 as well, or?
Usually I tone it down. I tone that down to 300.
That's what I had to do. My computer was. I don't have the resource to color in 6.
Yeah, no, I mean I can, but it will, especially with some of the cooler painterly brushes, it will start to lag. And my computer's no slouch. I mean, it's no modern day gaming rig, but I've got a Ryzen 9 3900. It's a 12 core operating as 24 core at 3 gigahertz per core. I've got 64 gigabytes of RAM and a GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. That's 12 gigabytes of graphics memory. So it's no slouch, but at the same time, yeah. But at the same time, man, it's yeah, I will find what I've done this. I've been building computers since 88, 89, 89. Yeah, I was 11 years old, right before my 12th birthday. I've been building computers.
Oh
and
wow.
yeah, which is why I'm really particular. If I have somebody else build my computer, I'm very particular about who puts it together. And I like CyberPower PC. I do like them.
I started
Because
programming back then, but I never built my own computers, and I'm not really a hardware guy. That never stuck with me.
yeah, see, I'm the opposite. I'm on the other side of that spectrum right there. I only recently, last couple of years, well, even then, not even so seriously, started learning programming, and that was because I wanted to make my own retro games.
Yeah, I know, and you're not doing high level stuff either. You're programming and freaking what is it?
Assembly.
Assembly, dude. That's old school as fuck. That's like direct.
Yeah, I'm,
You're
I,
programming
I've
for the
got,
chip at that point,
yeah,
straight up.
yeah, I've got the 6502 assembly mostly down. Right, like I still need my cheat sheet as to the mathematical function of the little words, right? The little three-letter dealing bobs. I keep see how seriously I take it. I don't even know how they're called. Um, and then I'm going to be finishing my NES game this winter because during the winter that's when commissions die out. That's when sales drop down because people have already gotten their holiday shopping done. Right.
You're stuck home anyway.
Right, and I exist in Dadland, and so I'm going to be finishing up that's actually a Scalpel Zero story. That one is Simon Says, and it's a fun Metroidvania that's got a full story on the inside.
Yeah, you showed
Uh,
you showed a little bit of that when you came on my show.
yeah, I was showing my little character sprite because I've been revamping. I started building it from the ground up because you know how it is with assembly. Uh, you mess it up, man. Save early, save often, save in multiple places, right?
Oh, dude, yeah. I learned that back in the day. When I was in high school, I was doing like a little Spider-Man game in QBasic. And just to give you an idea, but it stimulates your mind when you create something fun like that, because I would go into math class. We
Mm-hmm.
were covering geometry at the same time I was working on that game. And everything we would learn, like the circumference of a circle, I was like, oh, that's a formula I can use for placement of my character when he jumps. I need to know where on the circle he's going to be, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I was in math class paying attention. I didn't even care about the grade. I was like, I need to understand this so I can bring it into the computer class, start using all those formulas and applying them.
Aldir says, I salvage computers for recently. Hard drives, solid state drives, RAM, and sometimes new thermal paste to get them running again. Yeah, see, that's the one. Oh, it's our bot over on Twitch with all the funky letters and everything. Yeah, you can buy viewers. Buy some toothpaste for after you eat my ass.
Right?
That is the wrong tool entirely. So let's
I
see.
knew a guy who programmed those bots, like, must have been like 15 years ago, something like that. He was making
Yeah.
bank, dude. Like, he was a young millionaire. He was
Wow.
selling those spots to, TV shows. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when they go on the internet, they don't get good numbers, and they look like it's humiliating. So they have to get bots to pump their numbers. So it appears that they got a lot of traffic, right? Because they're a huge name in the television space, but then they drop on YouTube and people aren't finding them. They're not watching them there.
Yeah.
So they would buy the bots for that.
Zero has some. Man, and I really want, because already people have been piecing together that some things just aren't with the story. And I'm like, dang it, I gotta hurry up and get this out. Out. Gonna figure things out before they read it, and that's okay, because the difference between a spoiler and a reveal is only a spoiler. Journey there isn't worth taking again. Oh yeah, by the way, Darth Vader dies.
Yeah, I mean, there is a value to getting that the first time, though. I mean,
Yes.
I do respect that, especially for new stuff. I mean, eventually, like you say, like Darth Vader dies. It's a 1979 film, I think, 77 or 78. It's an old one. It's been out. But a new book that would be coming out, that's like, especially TV shows. When Game of Thrones was on, you had to stay off Twitter because they would just spam the
Oh,
gifs
dude,
with
they
the
would.
spoiler. You were just scrolling and you were spoiled. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, no, and it was like, well, geez, and the thing is that I honestly, Game of Thrones was okay. First few seasons, especially, I've watched season 1 multiple times. I usually find that around, not too long after the Red Wedding, I start losing interest. Although the Red Wedding was absolutely logical. It was absolutely logical, especially at medieval as those folks in that universe are. But yet she wears these same boots. She stole an entire shipment.
Oh, that's cost effective.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to your Sun Tzu quote there. Feed off the enemy.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, she's a good corporate puppet. She is, and she's mostly tasked to people that created her, which is the Consumer Products Development Initiative, just CPD for short. And they are, imagine a government patent office that will help you secure your patent, get it out to market, help develop the product, and then what you do is sit back and collect. And this is in a world with, I wouldn't say it's a universal basic income. I would say that a lot of things are provided by the state.
Yeah, I mean, that's how Howard Hughes had like basically infinite money and took over Hollywood. He had his dad's drill bit patent paying for his lifestyle.
Yeah. And so with the consumer products development, working in conjunction, change things up. There was a fiscal collapse in the 40s, or in the late 30s, early 40s. The Great Depression looked like a bump in the market. It was devastating. And it happened because China underwent a regime change. Now it's known as China, where they were the first of this to identify as a cyberpunk corporatocracy, right?
Yeah.
Where it is the company essentially. And so when they went silent for 2 weeks, as they were having their silent, very bloody revolution, because the world was so dependent on Chinese goods, the economies went into free fall, and eventually, like, things got really, really, and Sky Mason Battalion he comes up with the commercial restoration and corporate restructuring. And he's at this point he's a young elected representative from the state of Maryland, and so what it does is basically introduce a whole bunch of stuff, which established the Consumer Products Development Initiative, which is a government-sponsored industry. So that is they are make no mind, they are definitely a private entity, but they're government-sponsored industry, and of course now people are more familiar with it. Corporations like USAID. I got busted by Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Nerds, and rightfully so. I mean, it was money laundering.
It was funneling back into the Democratic Party, and
yeah, it was scam-malicious. Scam. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, now I got hot protein hunger fix.
Good riddance.
Yeah, good riddance to bad rubbish. Like that was just stealing. But this is a little different in regards to that. This actually does benefit people. It doesn't go back into a politician's pocket, because one of the things that happened is a couple of constitutional amendments applied, some changing of the base fundamental work of governmental structure, adding a third house to the United States legislative body, the House of Commerce. And this made lobbying with money illegal, because now corporations had representation. Now money had corporations and banks and whatnot. So they no longer. Plus, that also eliminates the need to pander to politicians. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time,
pretty much
it creates a whole new monster. Right. And these guys these representatives actually do wear their corporate sponsorships.
You mean like labels on a NASCAR?
Yeah, kind of like NASCAR. I took the joke and I ran with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, and I hope I made it good. Kind of like the way John Wick took the joke of, and then they killed his dog.
Yeah, I mean that's how all 90s sci-fi movies were, pretty much. Like they would lean in on a few jokes.
Yeah, and make them serious, right? Like the movie Free Jack. I mean, that is just a whole bunch of tropes made serious.
Yeah.
And I love that.
We recognize, especially in our world in 2025 here, that the stuff we're going through right now would seem absurd to it seems absurd to me right here, sitting here. But like, try explaining what we just went through with the whole, gender movement and all that 10, 20 years from now or 30 years from now to, a new generation. Like the president had to declare that there was only two genders, male and female. How are they going to read that in the history books, right? It's going to be absurd. It's going to feel like a parody in a sci-fi movie, right?
Yeah. Haldir, is this any better? Oh, look. Hey, Flip City, what's up? Holy moly, I was ignoring the chat.
Oh, Flip City, how's it going?
Yo. Don't go on for... They've got contests going on. Contest.
Yeah, I saw that.
So,
Summer Glitch is.
Yeah, dude, we've been campaigning for him. And it's funny because I think it's funny because people feel a certain level of security with what do you call it? Um, gosh dang it, straw poll, right? And straw poll's great. I love straw poll. Don't get me wrong, but you know, you just jump on another device on a different IP address, or just scramble your IP address. Um, and you know, I vote. I use the mail-in method. I vote early. I vote often. uh,
Pending mail-in method.
yeah, the patent pending mail-in method. Vote early, vote often. See, some of the details are obscure, but that's okay. That's why we do. That's why we do like all this stuff and break it down on a bunch of different layers. Right? That's why I broke all this gear down, because I'm going to wreck the hell out of this gear. It's kind of a running gag, at least for the early part of the series, is that she'll start the issue with like brand new gear, looking sharp, looking for love. No, she'll looking sharp. You know what I mean? And at the end of the issue, she is just soup sandwich. Just let's see here. Hold on. I got. This is at the end of. This is what she looks like at the end of chapter 3.
How it started, how it's going. Yeah.
Yeah, how it started, how it's going. I'm just looking for it real quick. I've got to get this stuff organized.
I'm gonna need to do that at some point. Because I might have I might have some minor mistakes, continuity errors on the costume, because I've sort of jumped into this project relatively quick. Like I got started doing a lot of pinups, a lot of, to get the visuals, what the comic was going to look like, the character, the poses, and the costume. I was still searching it out, and so we would change every pinup, which is fine because you're in the beginning phases, you're searching. But when I got to the comic, I had to make sure, okay, now this is the definitive version, don't change it. And there's a great story Todd McFarlane tells about Spawn, right? He was he did on issue number 1, and he just didn't have that much continuity with the costume. And people would catch him out on that, and he came up with the idea, yeah, well, it's kind of like a symbiote. It's alive. And it wasn't thought to be that way in issue 1. It was kind of a reaction to some continuity errors. And you're like, yeah, no, it's just alive. Explains it away. And it made it cool. I mean, you can't imagine Spawn without his living cape now.
Yeah, apparently they've gotten nearly 300 votes on the poll.
Wow,
that is awesome. I love to hear that. And so, yeah, here we go. I've got to have up on the screen. This is what Zero looks like at the end of chapter.
Dude.
And if you take a moment, because I did put it on a tangent on purpose, did that on purpose. So I could lie to the audience. I'm going to zoom in here. That's not her thumb.
Oh.
That's her thumb.
Oh, that's a subtle thing. And she's got another thumb in her other hand.
Yes, and she's
proving that it kind of confirms. Because we might debate, like, oh, is it a mistake? Yeah, this is an artist mistake. He drew 2 thumbs. No. Look at the other hand. She also has 2 thumbs. One is skin
and in the background
and the other's in the glove.
The Scalpel series, right tool for the right tool for the job, right? That's the Scalpel logo. Those are Scalpels 1, 2, and 3 back there. The one in the middle, that is Scalpel number 1.
But I hate to break it to you, Tank, but not a lot of people are going to be looking at her thumbs.
I know. Yeah, and I did this one a while ago. This is a picture. yeah, so much has changed. So much has changed. But Scalpel 1 right there, that one is on the new International Research Station and Hotel. There's a space hotel. Tourist destination, daily flights from most capitals around the world. And then, yeah, so that's the one in the middle. Actually, I've got a sharper picture. This one is digitally altered. So let's see here. Here we go. Here's the one before. Let's get a load. I got a lot of stuff. So there we go. This is before I adjusted. So yeah, Scalpel 1 right there in the middle. That's one on the International Research Station. And Scalpel 2, a skyship captain. Come on, man. Zeppelins are cool.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Zeppelins.
And what they are is they're the luxury liner of the future. Is what these are. They are they're ridiculously huge, and because they can only carry a small number of passengers, and they can fly above any weather system. So the weather's bad. Cool, we're gonna go to an altitude.
There was a decent amount of passengers, and they even built restaurants in there. It felt kind of like a boat in the air. And there was even hospital airships with the people the passengers were at the top of the Zeppelin instead of at the bottom where you commonly see them, and people would just be sunbathing above the clouds to improve their health.
Oh yeah. And then we've got Scalpel 3, that's a member of the Baltimore Police Department. And so we can go back to our blurry one, but we see that she has written their prototype for the win. And the title of this picture is Finger Painting. But this was done a long time ago, man. We have an ACP for all caps press.
It holds up very well.
We've got a little clone star down here in the corner. Go ahead and go to the high-res version. So we've got a clone star, right, from back when Pixel Trader was doing the parodies. The little cross comics. Remember Brad Ashworth, Handyman?
I don't know him.
Yeah, I stand on Brad. Handyman never came to fruition. Life decided to kick Brad in short and curly's feet.
Oh yeah, I can relate.
Gave in, and he never recovered. He never finished. I don't think he ever finished his. I don't know. I lost contact with the guy. And we got the skunk girl. All right, so it's a skunk, but it's in the letter G. Oh. So Skunk Girl. That's actually a comic book from Manny Correa. And he did. That was over 80 pages. I think it was 90 pages or something like that. A story, a superhero story from the villain's perspective. And really good. I mean, once again, spoiler reveal. Difference between spoiler reveal. I will reveal that at the end of the first book, she loses terribly and ends up in prison. Manny fulfilled his book. And then he went back to real life for a little bit. He's got a wonderful job making super soldiers for the government. We actually don't talk about it. And working on cars. And I talked to him just briefly. He's like, "No, I'm coming back, man. I'm gonna re-release Skunk Girl. We're gonna get the whole 4-issue series out." So he's got a story to tell. But this is Ode de Bonchien.
Eau de Bon Chien. Yeah, the good dog water.
Because this company's Good Dog Press.
That's good. Love to see a little bit of French in there.
Right, and then
we've got classy, very classy.
We've got the We've got critic. This is Pixel didn't have a critical snail thing, so I just kind of did this up real quick. Critical Snail in this world is a company that manufactures composite armors. They make armor.
Oh.
Yeah, and then gosh, I made this background poster obnoxious on purpose. I did. I made it obnoxious on purpose. And of course, this is so long ago, and it's effing Niobe in the background. Right there in the poster. But of course, you know, Larry has decided that he's an asshole. And is like to consume penises. So, have fun with that, Larry. I know, man. But, I don't know, dude. Some people, they take this shit far too seriously.
It's true, man. It gets dramatic, emotional.
Yeah, I even made it a salacious post on X today. I did. And it simply read, "What is your damage, Heather?"
What is your damage? What?
Heather. You ever seen the movie Heathers?
Yes, that is such a good film. You can't make that film today. I'm surprised they made it.
No.
Back then.
Yeah.
It is Christian
my post
Slater,
was,
Winona Ryder. Yeah.
"What is your
Incredible.
damage, Heather?" Because, man, I see some shit these days, and that's immediately what I'm thinking. Like, for real, what is your damage?
The guy literally brings a revolver to school and pulls it out in the cafeteria, and he doesn't get kicked out of school. That was the 80s, right? The 80s or 90s?
Yeah, 80s? Yeah, 80s. Yeah, Christian Slater was so young.
Yeah,
they were all so young.
When I was young, I just discovered it like 5 years ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I watched it when it came out in theaters.
Oh, dude, it's so fun discovering old movies that you hadn't seen. It's good stuff.
I had such the biggest crush on Winona Ryder when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Did you ever see the movie Scanners by any chance with Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder?
Yeah, you know, and I've got to watch it again because I haven't seen it since it came out. And you know, this is one of those weird, like, fun facts about me. When I was in Iraq, you know, of course I got a traumatic brain injury. I didn't know it until I got back. And I went to my old college and to go because they threw a big welcome back they threw a big welcome back party for me. And there I had met people I had known most of my life. And it dawned on me, holy moly, I don't remember most of my life. All right? Because I'm not one who dwells in the past. I'm always looking to the horizon, right? But I didn't realize, dude, I had actually suffered like severe memory loss. Okay, holy moly! But the plus side of that is I get to watch a whole bunch of stuff that I've seen ad nausea for the first time again.
Oh, that is not where I thought you were going, because Scanner Darkly plays with the mind incredibly, because Keanu Reeves plays a cop who's undercover as a drug pusher.
Oh yeah, that's the one that they rotoscoped.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Robert Downey Jr. is in there as well. And what's his name? The guy from Cheers.
Which one?
The bald bartender, young one who replaced Coach.
Oh, yeah. Woody Harrelson.
Yes, Woody. They're all in the movie. This star-studded cast, rotoscoped, Philip K. Dick film, and it is like deep programming the way he's played I mean, played by other people, not played as a role, but
Right.
he's getting played in this film, the character. And it's fascinating. They even have like high tech stuff that you could only do with in rotoscoping, I think, because they're
Mm-hmm.
wearing like an exterior kind of cloth that is flashing images of faces and clothing
Yeah.
to confuse people and cameras, so you can't detect the identity. So it's a scrambler, right? You're not fooling anyone that you're pretending to be somebody, but you're throwing off all these images, so you just can't tell who's underneath this cloak.
Yeah, I remember that. Holy moly, dude! I absolutely have to. I absolutely have to.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film. I love the
I
story.
have
I
to
think,
watch that one again, man. I totally forgot about
yeah, yeah,
it.
it's way subtle when you realize what the plan is with his role as a police
Mm-hmm.
officer undercover. It's a really sad story because of that, but it's fascinating the way he weaves the story together. And all the best sci-fi stories come from Philip K. Dick, you know, like Minority Report, just everything from like half the sci-fi movies were basically from some of his books.
Yeah, no, dude. You know, uh, gosh, there's this one meme I absolutely like cracks me up every time I see it. It's like, yeah, you know, um, convincing somebody of something that's not real is a dick move. Convincing your girlfriend she's a robot, that's a Philip K. Dick
Spot on, right?
move. My dead gay son is. Oh man, yeah, getting this all nice and noodled together. Gotta have like solid reference. I don't know. I'm really particular about that. Often like most of like a lot of I would do when I worked in entertainment, Hollywood type stuff. A lot of what I would do would be either storyboards, right? Like preliminary storyboards, because there's two different types of storyboards, right? You've got the storyboards that you show the public, which are really pretty, right? Then you got the storyboards that are just there for the director and for the director.
The stuff you draw fast because you need it tomorrow morning because there's a board meeting and you gotta see what it
Oh,
looks like.
and because they're doing the shoot, so they're doing a reshoot, changing the shoot or something like that. And so, I mean, dude, like you get paid. I used to get paid like $50 per page. Page had 3 drawings, and you'd knock out like, dude, you would knock out half a dozen pages in an hour, and that's while they're bullshitting with each other, talking about how we're going to get it done. Oh, we're going to use this shot and that shot, so you better understand the camera and stuff. And the other thing I used to do was turnarounds.
Oh yeah,
just detailed turnarounds.
yeah, yeah.
And you know those. They go in, they throw $300 at you. They're like, "Hey, here's all the reference art. Get this on brand." And so I was like, "Okay, got it." And so then you got to draw it up all nice and neat, and so that way the special effects guys and the costumers, all that stuff can use it as a reference.
Yeah, they need to be on the same page to know
Right.
what kind of result they're going to get, what they're
Yeah,
going for.
and so I would do that as well. And so I am very particular about having turnarounds, having stuff like this reference. I can go time my lines. I can see like, okay, cool. So yeah, this character's starting to come together. Um, it's functional, it's practical, right? And all you guys out there looking for some tuner bait, don't worry, I'll destroy it. Remember our example from earlier. She starts off most the chapters in mint condition and is untradeable by the end of it. All right, so we've got that. Cool. I think I could. This is just for reference. Oh. Because I also want to have, I'm going to go on. Like, I'm lining up. I'm starting to get stuff lined up. Like, like Katie did, K-pop, Studio, Drawn a Quarter Ultimate Edition. Want to get over to all those places, and then with things like the Studio, and Drawn a Quarter Ultimate Edition, that is where you get fan art made. That's where they do fan art. It's a contest to do fan art, and it's great to have fan art. I still have a bunch of fan art from back in the day. Now I want to say, nope, that's not it. I'm looking for something right now. I'm gonna make you for a minute. So while I go digging for this.
Yeah, I added a bit of detail. Got more bats in the background there.
Nice. Dude, I'm loving it, man.
The animals are coming out more detailed. You got spiders, rats. I need to add beetles. Can't have a warlock without beetles.
No, that's a good point. Ah, dang it. I think... Yep, I think I'm not going to go looking for it right now. I think, yeah, I'm going to take a quick look right here. Like, here's... dude, actually, I found something kind of neat. But, I found some of the reference art sent to me for Threshers. Oh, God. Good Lord, man. All that crazy stuff. Where is... Where is... I love a good classic meme. I'm looking for it. Of course, we have the first ever Comicsgate crossover. Anybody else? They can all eat my butt.
Which one?
Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up.
Sweet.
It's the original Comicsgate crossover, and it's just one panel. Or no, it's not one panel. It's 4 panels. It's just one little comic. It's a meme. Okay, where is... Dang, man. I gotta find it, because when my hard drives died and I had to do a bunch of data recovery and all that stuff, everything got mixed. Indexes were corrupted, so a lot of the recovering the data was like hopefully getting the data back. A lot of stuff was lost, apparently. Yeah. But now here's something from Thrashes. This is where the alien ship crashes into a concert.
Oh, dude.
Right?
That's poster worthy.
Right? No, for real. This totally needs to be like a blacklight poster. And here's some of the art that was sent to me for reference.
Yeah, that's good posturing in that art. Like the
yeah, dude. No, I love it. All right, there's the crew, all kind of Breakfast Club, kind of hanging out. I call them the Breakfast Club because they are like a Breakfast Club.
They're all like archetypes a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. They break the mold. Each one of these breaks the mold of the archetype a little bit, so that they're not stereotypical. They're atypical archetypes. I guess that would probably put that. But yeah, here's a promo shot from Thrashers right there.
Ah, dude, there's that silhouette again in the back.
Mm-hmm. And this is the original Comicsgate crossover.
Oh, okay, I see.
This was done by my daughter.
That's funny. That's history right there.
That's right. It's the original Comicsgate crossover. Everyone else can bite me.
I gotta step away for a minute. I'll be right back in a sec.
That's fine. You know what? We're gonna take our first break right here. We'll be back in 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
Everybody out there in TV land, stay tuned. I know I said that I gotta cut this broadcast short. Take a fun break. Come back, and we're gonna continue to get some done on all of this amazing stuff that we have going on. So go get your stretch and get your groove on. Let me see here. It is 3:30 on the East Coast, so we will be back at 3:45 EST / add 4 hours. So 7:45 GMT. All right, everybody. I'm going to leave you with some Legion Zero. We got some new Legion Zero coming out real soon, too. I can't wait to announce it. I'm trying to get the guy on the show. Like, for real. I keep beating about the face of neck, and somehow he resists my mighty blows. Insert G joke. All right, so we shall be right back. I'm going to go ahead and shove us out to the back. All right, all right, all right. I am back. Hello, everybody out there in TV land. We got some people showing up. We got Edwin Buzz Acevedo. What is up, Hale, buddy? Hey, I'm digging the logo right. That's cool. And we got Wise Guys Entertainment. I need to know, when is enough enough? Oh, you know, that's when you decide, hey, I've had enough. And walk away. Walk away.
Fortunately, you usually find that out when you've had too much.
Yeah, you know, and you know, and then you realize that enough is about 3 blocks back.
That's it.
Yeah. No, I got a comment on my last video. Somebody complaining about a book that's 4 years late. And they were a little bit nasty about it, and I tried to be nice. I really did. I tried to be polite about it. I was like, well, you know, like, look, man, this is my recommendation. Like, when a book's like 90 days overdue, before it hits 90 days overdue, get your refund. Right after that, you kind of like obligated yourself into the waiting period, right? Either A, you've given up or on getting your money back, or B, you've decided to wait it out. Anything beyond that, and you're just whinging, in my opinion. I get a little tired of hearing it, and it's like, no, I get it. I understand. Like, I have backed books that I have never gotten, and I never will get. You know, the folks who came after me for Gundam, not my book, by the way. I'm like, dude, I'm a backer. I was a backer. I backed that book, and my money's gone. Dragon Rage. You know, I understand Jimmy went through some rough stuff. He's still going through some rough stuff. So, I give a bit of understanding there, but at the same time,
there was partial fulfillment on that one.
Yeah, and I wasn't part of that partial fulfillment.
Oh, I think I heard it from you.
Yeah, there was partial fulfillment on that, but the money ran out, and it was bad management.
Oh, yeah.
It was bad management, and that's the risk you take with investing. I've been saying it for the longest time. Crowdfunding is not a purchase; it's an investment. You are saying that this person is worthy of physical investment. Hopefully, you see a return from it.
Yeah, that's why I'm finishing my comic before I'm starting the crowdfunding on it.
Smart.
Luckily, I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I can do that. Not everybody can do that. A lot of people need to earn a living while they're working on comics. That takes a long time. You got to draw a lot of pages. You have to be full time at your desk to do that.
Yeah. This one, like, I'm lucky. This one, I've got a publisher. This is coming out in EDGEPUNK Magazine number 3. I'm very excited. It's a paying gig. It pays a little bit, and it pays royalties. And my IP is entirely mine, so they're licensing it from me.
When you say it pays royalties, that means your family's going to be royalty from now on, correct?
That's right. Yeah, pure.
That's
unadulterated blue bloods.
Tell your daughter that she's a princess now.
Oh man, no, I don't dare. She
would ask for a pony.
She would like that too much. She would like that too much. Okay, so I'm getting the scale for this big ass cuckoo. So I'm gonna throw those. I'm actually gonna throw that stuff like on another layer. But I think I've got like the basic stuff down here. I gotta put some pouches on this. Got a forward-facing pouch, side-facing pouches. Those are largely covered up by the holsters here, which because those pistols are huge. They are huge. huge pistols. But then again, they are Gauss pistols, so they're electromagnetically launched projectiles. Each magazine holds 30 rounds. So, and I've got a little tally sheet. So every time I draw, one of them sound effect that makes is like a sharp tack as it fires. I count those up and I keep a tally sheet. Because one of the running gags with Zero is that one of the most fickle systems she has is the ammo counter. It's constantly on the fritz. There's a reason for that. There's actually a story for that. So, all right. I think I can remove my blue line. Yep, I can remove my blue line on that. That's good enough. We're going to go ahead and add a new layer. And we're going to say, see, this one is a mint. And she's got, and we're going to go with a purple pencil for this one. So that I can keep my layers nice and, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, exactly. Good communication is key. Crosstalk wins battles, right? So, some old metalhead says, I constantly send updates when I do crowdfunding, especially when it gets close to promise. Yeah. Yeah, because those fulfillment dates, they're estimates. Now, you know, I've got a wide audience over here. They're all over. They're all over. But you know, once again, I go back to John Malin, who, you know, he pads his delivery dates like a lot. Like he does. He pads his delivery dates a lot. And wisely so. So that way he's got room for error. And Omniverse Incursion, we've been moving our way towards a model of, by the time our product hits the market, it's been done for 6 to 8 months. That's our goal, is that the product's actually been done for a while, and that we're already neck deep on the next project, which is why it's taken so long for the remastering of 21 Demons to come out. That's from Paul Roper, and then the World War Hell, we got the comic coming out that should be out this October. That should be out this October. Got the sheaths for this. I didn't draw the sheaths on the equipment sheet, but that should be okay. She's got the two kukri, but I think that's still, looking at the size of that, still a little bit small. So we have this. Oh, dang it! I already have the aspect. Still have the aspect. So we're gonna grab this. I don't know. I'll make it bigger, then I'll fix it. Yeah, that's okay. See? Oops. I tried. I totally didn't just try to draw with a selection tool. Nobody saw that. There's no record of it. Cut. Stream will be deleted. Cut.
Yeah, I painted on the wrong layer I was doing my flats on the wrong layer last week. I think I wasted a whole session's worth of work. But I'm getting, used to new software, so that kind of comes with the territory sometimes.
Yo, we got the K-pop junkie out there. K-pop does absolutely amazing interviews. I was absolutely sold on her channel when she interviewed this guy who's on the new Darkwing Duck comic. And That one's coming out from Dynamite, and I mean, folks who know me, man, like I don't. You say mainstream, and I tune out. Like for real, I just tune out. It's all hidden. Okay, it's fine. It's hidden from that angle. It's hidden from that angle. I tune out at mainstream. Right, like we lost my interest. Last night's King's stream was a rare exception, but it's, gosh damn it, dude. Their artwork is so damn good that I'm like, dude, if you guys were working on this on those books, you'd actually draw me back in, which is funny because
100%. I was thinking the same thing. It reminds me of when Image left Marvel and there was no more high level talent. It makes me think that Comicsgate might become something huge in the future. I mean, there's no telling where it'll go.
I sure hope, and I hope these folks have fallen out. Comicsgate. I really hope that they can just get it together, get back in. I'm not a fan of quitting, especially if you really believe in something. Really believe in something. And I believe CG is a cause. I really do. You're not always going to get along with people. Humans do terrible things to each other. They really do, man. And they act out of character. I see a lot of out of character because I get to know these people behind the scenes, and we get caught up in stuff, and we do stuff that's, as humans. I mean, we as people do stuff that's just, it's not cool. It's not okay. But I don't believe in condemning somebody for that. I'm a big proponent of, hey, growth, positive reinforcement. Right?
Yeah, there needs to be a door to redemption. Like people screw up. Everybody.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just cancel pig behavior. And I like that term, cancel pig, because they are a pig.
And everyone's going to be walking on eggshells. Oh no, I can't say the wrong word. I can't breathe.
Yeah. Oh, I messed up with this one person. I did this thing. It was a real dick move. Just apologize and move on, man.
That's it.
Apologize, move on. Because it's not about you. It's about the fans. It's about trying to save. For me, it's about trying to save energy. Right? Like, dude, our entertainment's toast. Like it's all fallen to pieces. It's been hijacked and corrupted. And it's pure garbage out there, right? Like some old metalhead just said, we all have faults. Yeah, that's right. Otherwise, we wouldn't be human, flipping robots, right? People do things, and I've seen. This is the one that really gets me. It's like there's a couple of things that really get me. Doxing. So, like, this is a basic rule of the internet, man. Doesn't matter if it's public record. You don't put their shit out there to a bunch of sociopathic, because everybody's got them sociopathic weirdos in their fan things. I have no doubt.
That's basic netiquette that goes back to the early days of the internet.
I love that word, netiquette. Thank you. Yeah, no, it goes back to the early days. Like, don't dox, don't strike somebody's channel, right? I even made a joke. I was like, dude, DDoS them before you strike them. And I'm like, dude, if you could DDoS somebody for pretty cheap these days. Don't DDoS anybody.
No,
don't do that. But
I think there's a lot of protection.
Like it would be better to crash their stream with bots right? Crash their chat with bots and just flood it so that nobody can talk. And that's better than shutting down their stream.
I mean, DDoSing is actually a criminal offense.
It is.
Yeah, so
And
do it at your own risk. I mean, it's.
And this is the thing, is that I'm you know, people are like, how can you do that? How can you still be friends with people that this kind of behavior? And I'm like, because they're human, man. And like, dude, like, move past it. This isn't fucking high school. See, it's got me cussing. It's got me cussing. I'm trying not to cuss on this show. It gets me cussing. There's some behavior where it's like, dude, you say that stuff, you pull that stuff with me, you're gonna be eating crow through a straw. You know, like I'm a little old school, man. And you know, here in the United States, we have this standard. It's been on the books since the 1940s. It's updated in the 1990s and again in the early 2000s, and it's called fighting words. And it is a law that basically says, like, hey man, you say something that you say certain things and you get popped in the mouth for saying it, the person who popped you in the mouth is not going to be criminally liable for that. You know, and I stand by that. All right, dang it, man, I gotta find. I guess I'm gonna.
That's why, like, a lot of really terrible behavior on the internet is people cannot get punched in the mouth for saying horrible stuff.
Yeah,
they get away with it, and the worst they get is a little ban. You know,
right? And
you just get terrible behavior.
I saw, dude, I saw it, and I was like, man, I'm not getting involved. I'm staying out of it. Staying out of it. I'm staying out of it. But like, it was oh dang, I have that set way too high. I just noticed that error. Okay, that's fine. I can go fix it on this layer. Anyway, you know,
got
like,
the weapons in purple. You got even a different color for.
Well, you know, this is just for reference. I'm going to ink over all of this anyways.
Yeah, of course, but it's cool to see it come to life in the process. And these are great supplemental material, like at the back of the book and stuff like that. These reference pieces, people always love to see glances of them or snippets.
Right, and as I go through the story and stuff, I make sure that my details are consistent because, like I've said before, that was the fun. That detail is very important for me in my storytelling with this story, because I am misleading the audience in a lot of different ways. And so I have to make sure that my details are right. There cannot be a Starbucks cup in the background. You know what I mean? I can't have like inconsistent detail.
I could probably get away with that in my comic.
I've actually considered drawing one in, just as a joke.
In a medieval fantasy, I think it's a must now.
Right. Or, you know, have Gandalf wearing a Timex. See, I put the magazines for the pistol on the long belt. Put them on this belt. So just gotta loosely sketch in some stuff right there, so that way, see that. Oops. And we're gonna erase there, because she's got different gears. Okay, and that would be obscured, and we're only gonna see that poke out just a bit right there. So that way, you know, I've got my consistent detailing and whatnot.
That's a good practice. I'm gonna have to do that too.
Yeah, I love, like I said, I love doing turnarounds, and keeping the detail. And you know, it's funny. Like, the difference between like say like this one and this picture right here was one David Finch video. Well, no, that's a lie. 2 David Finch videos. Those 2 David Finch videos I watched.
Thank you, lied. I'm gonna have to cancel you now.
I know, cancel me. I made a mistake. You know, Thrash has not been very successful, but I keep on thrashing, says some old metalhead. Yeah, no, dude. And man, I would love to see you bring it back, man. And I would reach out to I think that like EDGEPUNK Magazine. I love EDGEPUNK Magazine. It's a work in progress. It really is. And I'm going to be talking to Tokume because I got my advanced copy of issue number 2 before it was finished being edited.
Cool.
And then I'm getting issue number 2. I'm getting a physical copy. All right, so that's a little card. I usually have that here on my desk, but it's disappeared. I think one of the kids ran off with it, or maybe the cat knocked it somewhere. Oh, there goes my monitor. There we go. It did not weather the move from California very well. But I'm gonna make it big so we can catch up on what we do. Look at that.
Yeah, not a whole lot of difference, just a little bit of more detail. I've added the Beatles now. You can see them here.
Look at that, man.
So he's got Beatles next to his, ugly toes with.
Yeah, dude, those toenails are gnarly.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Hey, yeah, email me at tankbarrettart@gmail.com. Still have my email. I haven't been over on, because normally we used to communicate over on Instagram, and I was like, oh, now I have to go to my Instagram. And I got to start doing that anyways. That's on the docket for next week is to start posting to my Instagram again.
Oh, dude, I'm so behind on a lot of house cleaning stuff I need to do. Just housekeeping, I mean.
Yeah, no, I absolutely dig it. Okay, I think that looks like official, like military style gear. Enough.
Love the boots with the little cap on top there.
Oh yeah, the arch guard, or the bridge guard right there. And like I said, she stole an entire shipment of those, and we'll get into all that fun stuff because you got to keep in mind she's been online for 10 years. She's been online for over a decade, and she's the prototype. The production models are just now coming to fruition. And I just realized they're saying hello to each other out there in the audience. K-pop, don't forget, drop a link to your channel. I give out the wrenches so that people may share of their stuff. Which reminds me, I totally forgot. Here we go. That is motto. Standard motto. And like once a year, I clean out the moderators. I only keep the super moderators, and I start over again, giving people wrenches because it becomes a sea of blue. Which, as much as I love that, it's cringe. It's cringe to have a sea of blue. But I do keep the distinction between standard and managing moderators.
I mean,
so
See, you see it frequently in this space. A lot of
I try not to overdo it. I mean, cause dude, I'm a tiny ass channel. 500 subs. Yeah. So it's easier to get away with it, but once you start getting bigger again, you gotta clean it up. Can't have a seat. It's like I said, it's cringe.
You can't do that
by then.
StreamYards, can you? You have to go on YouTube proper.
Yeah, I have to go to YouTube proper. All right, there's her smoke grenades. So the gear that I gave her You can zoom in here. We've got smoke grenades, 2 Wildemaster high-frequency oscillating kukris.
So why are they shaped like that? Because they're boomerang style, right? Is that what they do?
Yeah. It's kind of like an extended kukri. Kukri is a jungle knife or a jungle sword from Southeast Asia, and they were famously used in World War II by the Gurkha, who would behead an opponent in a single blow or take off a limb. They're actually my favorite like for cleaning up brush, like hacking through brush and branches and twigs and stuff like that. They're really, really good for that. And so, yeah, that's the Wildemaster kukri, which I have. Let me go ahead and open up a rough I have for the ad spot.
So she's got 2, 1 in each hand, and she's just hacking away her way through the jungle, basically.
She can, yeah. So here, I'll open up the ad. Come on, open. Then do it. Yeah, you go. Make me double click on it with my mouse. So yeah, here's the rough draft I have for the advertisement for the Wildemaster.
Oh, you're gonna have in-story ads in your comic?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a good comic that does that a lot, like a bunch of good fake ads.
It's proto cyberpunk, so I want to include as many branding and advertisements because she's a field prototype that field test field prototypes.
Yeah, well, cyberpunk is filled with corporate culture, so it's
all right. So we've got she's got the batteries. Well, I should say she's got the her Mark 16 Gauss pistol. She's got batteries for the Gauss pistol. She has magazines for the Gauss pistols. She has extra batteries. Here, I'll go ahead and draw some connecting lines as to what goes to what, right? So she's got extra battery. She's got 4 batteries for the Wildemasters because she doesn't have the battery glove, which is also a protective glove. Because it does vibrate at super high frequencies, it can cause micro fractures.
Ooh, a vibroblade, yeah.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk and yeah.
Right. So because it's vibrating at such a high frequency, it can actually cause like stress fractures in bones. Right. And which are micro fractures. They're really, really tiny. But so that's why it's got for the civilian market in the advertisement. It's got the big protective glove that has the cord that connects to it. And I'm in the picture down here. I have the person wearing this big ass mitt. Totally not shot on a stage type of photograph. Where it's like a little too pristine of a jungle.
Yeah, you got the perfect, perfect foliage in the perfect spot,
Yeah, exactly. What's up, Timothy? How you doing, man?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. Just kind of going through all this stuff. Getting the work done.
Oh, you're doing sketch work of
Yeah. Scalpel Zero. We're doing. Yeah, I'm doing a reference sheet for her for the outfit that she's going to be wearing. Because she is, I keep telling folks that she's a bit of a Barbie doll, even though I mostly show her an outfit. But she is a bit of a Barbie doll in the sense that her outfit will change frequently and for the mission, which is also why our little waifu dancing up in the corner, that actually is Scalpel Zero, but I drew just kind of figure out Phantasy Star Online too. Alright, so these pouches come out here. These are the battery pouches.
Didn't that used to be a game for the Sega Genesis?
Yeah, that Phantasy Star has a bunch of games. I'm actually going to be once I've got some money and some time. I really do actually want to explore it because I'm enjoying the storyline.
Yeah, I
am
remember that was
enjoying
like
this right
their equivalent to Nintendo having Final Fantasy.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's a sleeper type of hit type of deal. Okay, so
It doesn't get enough
Gosh.
recognition, though.
hmm,
You don't think? Do you think so? Fantasy Star doesn't get enough recognition.
I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think it got enough recognition. I kind of put that on the shoulders of put that on the shoulders of the of their marketing department. To be honest.
Well, I mean, it's got a following, but it's just not. It's like, Final Fantasy is McDonald's and Fantasy Star is Burger King.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Gosh, that reminds me of Wendy's savage tweets. Dude, Wendy's is probably one of my favorite accounts on Twitter.
Yeah, man. They are winning the X War.
Dude, they really, really are. Like, there was one that I saw that was like, that said, somebody had commented, Burger King has spicy chicken nuggets as well. And Wendy's replied with, yeah, well, there's water at the bottom of the dumpster if you're thirsty too.
Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
Like, bro, savage. Like,
Wow.
man, whoever's in charge of Wendy's Twitter does not get paid enough. It's one of
I
those.
never thought I'd
that-
see somebody represent a company, a huge company, go, you know what? That other big company? Fuck them.
Yeah. No, and in true Twitter fashion too. Like, they really understand the magic. They really do. They really understand the magic. All right, so I think my next step on this would be going to ink and then typing up all my notes around it. And the crazy part about this is having to draw this American flag is you notice that I have a note here that says 54 stars. And that's because Alaska is not a state. That is the last vestige of Tsarist Russia.
And Canada is
What?
a state now.
Wait, you're not going to count Alaska as part of the U.S.?
No. Actually, that's where this timeline deviates from ours, is in that in 1848, Russia did not sell Alaska.
Oh, okay. It's an alternate timeline. I get it. Okay.
It is an alternate Earth. This is not our Earth because the Soviets still exist in this Earth. Yeah. The Soviets still exist in this. All right, so I'm going to reduce the opacity on this. I'm going to reduce the opacity on that. And I see gap. It's fine. I can go ahead and fill it out. I just want to make sure that all the details are there, and it's interesting. So you see what gets covered up and whatnot.
You're going to make a bunch of G.I. Joe style action figures of her?
We've actually looked into that. Looked into the gosh, what is that? That is the I think that's 1/24 scale, the 3 3/4 inch action figure.
You're talking about the 80s G.I. Joes where they were smaller. Made
Oh,
of
hold
plastic.
on. I got Deadland really quick, guys. I'm going to give you guys the floor, but I've got Deadland that just popped up. I'll be right.
Sounds good. Hi, Timothy. Nice to meet you, man.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
What you got working there? What you doing?
So this is kind of a fun piece I just did for kicks. Kind of inspired by the Warlock account on Twitter. I don't know if you know that one.
I've
kinda
heard
like-
of it.
Yeah, they're doing what Wizard used to do for Image. They're kind of doing for Comicscape. So I just did this for fun, just for kicks. Needed a change from working on the comic and commissions and just do something new and fresh.
For shits and giggles.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing hard to or complicated to draw. You know, it's all organic stuff that can be hand drawn. No breaking out the rulers and drawing buildings and complicated stuff.
I can't draw, so I thought I could draw. I tried for years, but no, I think I'd rather be the brains behind the operation than tell the artist what to draw.
Yeah, you need that. I'm actually learning to write because I've never kind of done it in the past much.
Yeah.
And,
I really just have a lot of ideas, and so I myself are you know, issue 1 was not a masterpiece. It was all right. It was pretty good. I gave it the best. You know, so issue 2 had to be better, and issue 3 has to be better than 2, so forth and so on. So I've gotten better over time, but
yeah, I think that's the idea. I'm trying to, well, it's not done yet, so I'm not going to speak in past tense, but I'm trying to at least avoid making the basic mistakes and getting it in the hands of beta readers. So, because this is kind of a serial story, so I need the first one to be a good foundation. You can't flop it, you know, if you want to do number 2.
I mean, for me, I just got to plunge into it, whether it's going to be good or not, because if I don't, it's going to be all talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here I am, you know, 4 issues in, and I'm getting Melvin's. I got a good artist, and the ideas are just getting better, and that kind of thing.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, you build on what you build on. Like when a project builds over the years, it just gets, you know, more and more in depth with detail and stuff.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the Misfits?
The Misfits, the group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard the very first thing they recorded ever?
No, I haven't.
It was a single called Cough Cool. They didn't have the look yet. It's really just drums, bass, and keyboards and Glenn on vocals. Nowhere near what you know of the Misfits.
Yeah.
until they did their, they started doing, so they heard the Ramones and they go, oh, we need a guitarist. But yeah, that's why I compared my first issue to. It's like my version of Cough Cool.
Yeah.
So it's not what you know now of my books if you've read them.
Let's see here. Gotta switch my laser up because we are getting into it. Getting to the point. I'm able to start. Wrong button. There we go.
This Warlock sketch is turning into a Ratatouille crossover there.
I got a Ratatouille, yo.
I'm gonna get sued by Disney.
Ratatouille, go make him a sandwich.
Yeah, that'd be cool, having the wizard like have a brew, but it's the rat. The rats are taking care of making the brew and cutting up the ingredients. And
that would be fun.
Hey, Tank, where do my dookie go?
My dookie go. Yeah, but where do it go?
But where to go after that? I don't know, in the ocean or something? So my dookie is floating with dolphins and sharks and shit?
I love a Key and Peele so much, dude. They're so out.
They had some bangers, that's for sure.
Yeah,
But,
I think Fame. Honestly, they were a victim of their own success. Started sniffing their own farts. Sadly,
I think
the quality dropped off.
Dave Chappelle, he something happened where he figured something out and he just said, "I'm done with it."
Well, yeah, no, he got in Hollywood. I've told people, man, that place makes Mos Eisley look real wholesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
When you start to get invited to those Hollywood parties, beginning of the end, or
Yeah, but I mean, like the stories I heard about the whole Diddy thing, and I started realizing the things people will do just to become famous. Like, where's your integrity? You know?
Oh yeah, no, there is no integrity. Like in this is the thing about Hollywood too. It's like, you know, one of the long-standing phrases is that you have no friends in Hollywood, and it stands true. Like
I thought that right after that whole Meek Mill story. I was like, where's his integrity? He allowed somebody to do that to him just so he could have a record contract. Are you freaking kidding me?
No, it's what happens, man. And they get conned into it. Like, oh no, it's okay. No, there's a lot of grooming is big there. Like, that's not a cuss word. That's why they get all pissed off when you bring up the grooming, because to them that's not a bad thing. Like, that's normal. That's what you're supposed to do, is in their mindset. My mindset, I think, I'm like, that's sick. Like, you're like, well, you know, barely legal, and you know, and then you look at like folks like what's his name, guy who, great actor, but you know, he doesn't like him over the age of 25.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
He was always the first to get invited at those Diddy parties.
Oh yeah. No, I have no doubt that he's disgusting. But he's a great actor.
He got in as a kid as well. Like, he was working for Nickelodeon when he was just a child. I think he's got a single mom. He's same situation as Justin Bieber, like young kid, single mom, and then gets preyed on by the quote-unquote entertainment system.
Yeah, and you know, abused often become abusers.
And that's such a shame, because I loved Gangs of New York.
I don't know if I can think of a single DiCaprio performance that isn't good. It's absolutely phenomenal.
I mean, even like that Quentin Tarantino movie where he somehow accidentally cut his hand.
Yeah, Django Unchained.
And he used that. That was really blood. I mean, it's like somebody used it.
Oh, dude, he ended up getting like a grip of stitches too. Like, his hand was he was like largely out of commission because of that.
And then you find out he may or may not be a creepo.
Yeah, he may or not be a part of the Candy Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Candy Band Club.
Weren't the feds rating him for something else, and they found more than just what they were looking for?
I don't know about that.
There was something about like fraud or some kind of money laundering or something.
Oh, there was a money laundering thing around the movie ironically about money laundering. So they got approached by some people with a lot of money to do the movie about, what's his name?
The Wolf of Wall Street? Is that one?
Yes, the penny stock film. I think it's that one.
Yeah.
And so they got the artists interested in it by paying them to come to parties. So basically to socialize. I don't think it was any kind of weird parties. I think it's just get to know you kind of a thing. And they just flashed enough money to get the film done, and it worked. And it's actually a good film. I like that movie.
It is a good film. I was actually a little disappointed myself for not watching it, but I only saw it quite recently. I was like, this is really good, especially for somebody who's writing some cyberpunk. You know, You got to get into that corporate greed.
Sell me
Oh.
this pen.
Yeah, no, I
It's
even
under
like,
25 years old, Leonardo.
Oh,
like for a
gross.
while. For a while there, like I actually studied to be a producer. And I just decided not to take the test. I realized that that was a job where I was just going to be absolutely miserable. I would have had a lot of money, but I would have been absolutely miserable.
Let me see your card so I can go do my report. You can stay
And
for-
Oh, hold on.
yeah, so but when I had done that, and I started getting, like in Los Angeles, either you live in obscurity with, and I'm not saying this term. This is just the mentality of Los Angeles, right? Either live in obscurity with the peasants, or you go up to the ivory towers, right? There's just two modes, really, and it's not hard to get into the ivory towers because it is, once again, it's a game of. It's not. People go, oh, you just got to know people. It's like, no. That's a miss. People have to know you, right? It's great that you know somebody. Oh, big deal. Which is why name dropping is cringe. Pure and simple. But it's who knows you? Who's going to invite you to go do
I was gonna share a few more of no than 4 pages if you want to take a look at it.
Oh yeah. Let me get over here and there we go. We'll add that to stage. Let's go ahead and the real presentation there. Big one. Look at that.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
So
I think-
who do you have on your sequentials?
My my artist.
There you go. There's
yeah.
your signature. Does that work?
Okay, yeah,
That works. It doesn't matter if you're not gonna.
right. Thank you. Sid Telis.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think it needs a little. You think it needs to be a little bit more darker?
That is.
Well, anyway, yeah, this is the first page.
That's great stuff, man. Yo! Immortal Rising.
Aaron, how you doing, man?
What's up?
You know,
I keep getting, I kept getting Aaron and Chris Fisk mixed up recently, and I have no idea why. I think it's the awesomeness. It confuses me. To be perfectly honest. Like, and it's the letter I. Infinitale Chronicles and Immortal Rising, both are just chef's kiss. Look at that, man. That is great stuff. Can we zoom in a little bit?
Sure. Let's see if we can. Where's this? Oh, there. Move that away.
Oh, there you
Yes.
go. Yeah, there we go. Look at that, man. That is great. We stream together and both have fantasy comics too. I know.
Try to confuse us on purpose.
I was about to say that.
They were like, how can we confuse the internet? Let's both start a fantasy comic at the same time and
Look at
start
that.
our name with the same letters.
See, that's what I need in my life. A good writing spider.
Of course, why not, right?
Right?
See, that's way cool, man.
Love the silhouette. Silhouette works
Oh, yeah.
great. Spider looks
yeah.
alive and walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. I'm hiding things from myself. Where am I hiding things from myself? I'm hiding things from myself all over the place. Oh,
Is this for a
so-
black and white comic or is it going to be
It was
colored?
black and white.
Black and white, cool.
Black and white's grossly underrated.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It works well for like sci-fi fantasy or just straight up fantasy too.
And you know, here's a big thing too. Is like I keep telling folks, I'm like, look, once you get to around like 150 pages into my works, throw that stuff into a pocketbook. It'll sell gangbusters, and plus, then you can get into regular bookstores. They will no longer look at in the book selling world as just a comic. You know, look at that, dude.
Yeah.
I love that, dude. That second panel right there, I'm getting like, those first 3 panels right there, like, dude, major Area 88 vibes.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Area 88.
Oh, dude, Area 88, dude, fantastic manga, dude. And I haven't read it since I was a kid, and it's on my list of to hunt down and read again. Area 88. I love the characters. I love this design. It's good sequential storytelling.
A nice touch, the fingers on the ear there. You can tell he's getting a message.
Yeah.
It communicates. Like, that's one thing I love. Like, when you don't need the words to enjoy the story, I think it's when you're hitting a good stride. Like, dude, this has just been getting better and better every single issue.
Oh yeah.
And I keep telling folks, I'm like, dude, you're one that's worth investing.
This is my favorite. This is one of my favorite pages right here. The see him right in the background.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Yeah.
Crap. I love it. What's up? Huh?
Yeah.
It's like, what did I tell you about busting your knuckles? Wait, Bob.
It's always about what happens between the panels, like what the mind fills in.
Mm-hmm. It's great. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. That's a plot twist right there. I like that.
Yep.
Damn, we got grand scope armies.
Yep. I wanted this to be
everything.
like as epic as like the Return of the Jedi was for the Star Wars trilogy.
Right. Look at that. They're all marching in formation across the desert, charging, and there's the other faction. That's great, man. This is great, dude. I love this. They got the energy shields, you know, and I get like old school like Dune vibes, and I mean that in the best way possible.
Yeah, that's another thought that came into mind. Like they're fighting in a desert. That kind of.
Right, the desert helps a little bit, but honestly, it's this like, and I'm talking like to the novel because read the original.
Yeah.
None of the movies or TV shows have ever done the book justice. Like they've come close in different places. Each one's different as far as
I think
where
that
they got it
the
right,
TV
where they screwed up.
Was the best one.
Yeah,
though.
TV series was the most accurate, but it didn't have the budget to incorporate the grand scale that the battles have.
That panel right there.
Yep. Look at that now. Yeah, look at that. Oh, you can see the tension in his face. And then he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Draxed them sklounced.
Wow. He ain't taking about no Terry Garlic.
That's right. He got his de Bergeron.
Yep.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Now, Melvin 4, everybody.
Oh, it's gonna be fucking epic.
Yeah, no, I think you're hitting a stride here where you're gonna get enough attention that in the not too distant future, I think you'll be able to justify a remaster
Of issue
of,
one.
of issue one. I think you could justify. I think you'll be able to justify a remaster. Speaking
think
of
so.
silhouettes, I do like my silhouettes too. I'm
Yeah,
a big fan of it.
I'll be back on. They're booting me out of here. So
Oh, okay.
you guys are okay.
Well, I'm going to be ending the stream here shortly because
Oh.
it is that time. I've got things to do. I've got to go see my landscaper today. It's my lawn that trims back the weeds, but I like calling him a landscaper because it makes me feel kind of important. But I've got this. So far, this is what I got done today on the design sheet. So we're moving into the inking phase
Good job, man.
on this, and don't have consistent reference sheet to use as I slowly strip away and destroy this gear and form. Yeah, no, it gets real fun. Let me just say this: she will get naked, naked and slathered in mud.
For the plot, of course.
Yeah, for the plot. Yeah, no, dude, it is all sorts of. You ever watch Happy Tree Friends?
Nope, I don't think I have.
All right. There's this guy Flippy the squirrel. He's a war veteran with PTSD,
Okay.
and one day they're playing hide and seek. He has he
Happy Tree
flips
Friends.
out,
Yes,
and he just appears out of nowhere, and starts murdering everybody.
that's an internet show, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that. Yeah, no, she goes all flippy on them. Let me just say it that way. She goes all flippy because the chips are absolutely down. It's up against the wall. It's do or die, and lives depend on her success or failure. And she's not gonna let him down. Like I keep saying, she's not the good guy. She's not the bad guy. She's the monster. Just because she's a monster doesn't make her a bad guy. She just is.
Oh, kind of like the Frankenstein's monster is not necessarily
like,
a bad guy. It's actually
Right,
the
a
doctor.
little bit of inspiration from like Frankenstein and classic Tale of Pig and Pig. But in reality, it's far more fucked up. It's far more fucked up. All right, so let's see here. Frederick, you're streaming tonight, aren't you?
That's right. And Aaron, if you're still out there, I remember this time. I'm going to send you the link so you can come on. We are going to be talking mostly about the GTA 6 trailer that dropped today. There's also a bunch of
Ooh.
files that dropped on the wiki website, and Billy Bob's got them rounded up and ready to go. So we're going to have a deep dive on that while I'm drawing on stream as usual.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, check that out on Proof of Comics. It's on channel under my name. You can also type proofofcomics.com in your browser, and that will forward you to my YouTube live page. So do check that out. imakecomics.com is another address that'll take you to my comic book project website. So do check that out as well. Awesome, cool, Aaron. I'll send you the link, and if you can hop on. We're gonna have a blast. And thanks for
Awesome.
having me on, man. Frank,
Oh,
Frank.
always. I try to keep this open. We like to work here, show some stuff.
Dude, we
Okay.
need a digital bullpen. It's a great idea, like a place for artists can hang out, because that's always the way they've done it.
Right.
Like you got to talk
Talk
Yeah.
shop. We talk industry.
shop, run things by
we
other
focus on-
artists. Yeah,
hmm
like are
we
her
focus
tips
on
too big
positive
on this, or are
reinforcement.
they good? You know, we need feedback.
Right. We focus on positive reinforcement. And if there's something negative, we try to find a solution. Present that. That's because there's plenty of shows out there. If you want to get the latest dirt, the latest gossip and whatnot, pick a side, pick a channel, man.
That's already
All got it
taken
going
care
on.
of out there. Yeah.
Right, from Trash Cash to Lord Raptor Jesus, you've got all the stuff that I'm not interested in.
But still find yourself guilty pleasuring over them time to time.
Occasionally I poke my head in so I can just get like a cliff notes. Like, oh, okay. So, there's that person over there was being disingenuous and here's receipts. Okay. They're human. And once you get to know somebody, you expect certain behaviors and stuff like that. I really try not to. Like Roy Rogers said. I never met a man I didn't like. I try to like people. I really do. I try to like people. I try to find the good in them, and I try to bring that out. Try to bring it to the service. Because human beings, you could be pretty awesome. Most of the time, you're pretty awesome. It's unfortunately that the dirty parts get all the attention. Right. I'm friends with Phil Diaz and his crowds. I'm friends with the Comic Skate crowd and whatnot. So I'm not sitting on a fence. I'm doing my own thing. I'm riding up and down the street on my bicycle, man. I got cards in the spokes, making it sound like a motorcycle.
Dude, I did that as well, man. The cards in the spokes. It's like, eat that, Harley Davidsons.
Right.
My BMX
tonight.
card.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Tonight I think I'm going to be on topic list tonight with Jason. So go check out that show as well. There's so much great stuff there. And I think Overglitch is doing Drawing Friends tonight as well. I got to double check in with him. I haven't seen him. Just real life. Oh, disgusting. But anyway, I got to go pay the landscaper and get this stuff. We got large item pickup coming here, so a bunch of stuff. Dekludging with our spring cleaning. Oh yeah, I love it. I love getting rid of old stuff, getting rid of the kludge. Everybody out there in TV land, make sure you go follow Frederick on his socials. Frederick, after the show, just text me a list, DM me. Of all your links, so I'll get it added to the description below.
Sounds good, man. I'll do that.
Yo, it's Sexy Rick. Right as we're leaving, Rick, I've across comics, and we were just talking about you the other day. All terrible stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
On our drama
getting
channel.
out of here. That's right. On the drama channel. That's right. We called it Rick Cast. It was just all nasty things about Rick Piper. Dude, I don't know nobody can ever say anything nasty about Rick Piper. If you did, like, for real, you're a turd. Oh, see, I told you we got, like, awesome stuff going on tonight. So, Rick Piper's got Dillard on tonight, talking with him about his present cases. Rick, Manny, Dillard, and I, that's where we all got started. For Horsemen of the Dog Apocalypse. Back in the day. So go check him out. Give him a follow. And everybody out there in TV, I'll see you later. And until next time, stay magnificent.